Morning, everyone. Anyone that's out there. I decided I would go live this morning to show you all how to make this basket. I've been making baskets for a few months now. I'm just going to wait until I can see anybody in the chat here. Good morning, Stacy. Stacy, you remember the baskets I made on your channel back, probably this fall, I think it was, before Christmas. I think I had the picture of it in my thumbnail. I made this real big one here. You can see it there. I put the other baskets inside this big one. So I decided I'd do part one today. We'll just wait to see if anybody comes in here. So I picked up some jute from Walmart. It isn't as thick as the one on this big basket. It's thinner jute, and I personally wouldn't buy this particular same brand the next time I buy some, only because, let me just move my camera. There we go. Only because of the, it has a really strong smell to it. So I wouldn't suggest purchasing this one again because of that. This other jute that I had doesn't have such a strong chemical smell, but anyhow, it serves the purpose for now. I'm thinking that a person can probably use this as a to put your cup in, to put a cup in, or a little plant. Putting the pot in here of a little plant. So I'm just waiting to see if anybody else comes in here. I know this was kind of last minute, and so. So I think I'm going to get started, and anybody that comes in can, rewind or look at the pattern later. I'm going to post the entire pattern in the second part. Today, what I'm going to do is just make the bottom of the basket. So what I use is a size H hook for this one. And, you can use whatever size fits your crochet style. If you crochet loose or tight, adjust your size of your hook accordingly, and according to the weight of your yarn. So I'm using 2 strands of this jute, and this jute is probably, I'm thinking together it would be equal to this 4-ply cotton that I'm using here. So where in this basket here, this was a little bit thicker jute, And I use 2 strands of 100% cotton on this one. But for this small basket, I'm using 1 strand of, this just happens to be sugar cream. You can use any kind of cotton thread you want or acrylic. I prefer cotton for this particular basket because it's more absorbent. I just prefer the look of it with cotton. So to start out with, we want to make a magic loop. And hi, Fix It Lady. How are you this morning? Thanks for coming in. Michelle, I'm making this basket this morning, and I'm using jute, and I'm about to make the magic circle here, and a lot of people get confused on how to do this. It's just a personal preference of mine to use a magic circle because you can adjust it, and I'll show you later what you can do with it if you're not aware of it. But the difference with a magic circle is I wrap the yarn around my fingers like this, and then you pull up the loop in the center of the circle. So you pull that loop up. And so normally when you're going to make your first chain, a person might pull that real tight and close it up. But in this case of a magic circle, we're going to leave that open like that. So let me do that again. You lay the yarn across your fingers like this, wrap it around, and bring it to the back, and then you can pull it through with your hook or your finger. Now you see that circle. We're not going to pull it tight. We're going to leave it open. Grab our yarn, and here's the circle again. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to make 6 single crochets in this circle, this magic circle, which would be your first chain on your hook normally. So we're going to 1, 2. Yeah, you use a magic circle too? Yeah, I like because you have more control over it. Like if I make a hat or something, I don't like to have a big hole on the bottom of or the top of the hat or basket or anything. It closes that hole up real nice. So we're going to make 6 single crochets in here. I've got 1, 2, and normally I skip this step, but I'm one for counting my stitches, and especially for beginners, I like to use a stitch marker. And so I'm going to stick in that stitch marker on the first stitch. So we know that's the beginning of the row. So 1, 2 single crochets, 3, 4, 5, oops, twisted around my finger here, and 6. And I'm just going to move my camera a little bit here. So here's where I'm going to, with this pattern, close up that magic circle. So I'm going to pull on that beginning strand to close it up. And I am a tight crocheter. It's just my style. I've always been that way. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. So now we should have 6 single crochets unless I miscounted. So we've got 1, and I always count my stitches. It's just the way I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Adjust on my camera here. So then we're going to join into that first single crochet, and we know where that is because we put the marker in there. So I'm going to stick my hook in there. And there again, this can kind of be stiff working with this jute. Or if you want to just do it in yarn, that's your choice too. Like this one in particular is made with, it's got a little jute stuck on it, all cotton yarn. So we're going to slip stitch in that first stitch there. And then on this next row, so there's the bottom of the basket. On this next row, we're going to be putting 2 single crochets in each of these 6 single crochets around. So we should have 12 total at the end. So we're going to stick our hook in that first one, single crochet. Don't drop your stitch. Let's see here. All right, we're going to start that one over here. And I'm going to slip that marker out of there. Let's slip that marker out of there. All right. And we're going to put it in that first stitch. That's how I always do it. Just mark the first stitch. So we got 1 in there, and then 2. You see that okay? And go to the next single crochet. You can see the chains there for you beginners that are trying to learn what the stitch looks like. That's the top of the chain right there. So we're going to go underneath the chain and one, 2, and I'm just going to continue on here. Come forward a touch. See that okay? And I'm just going to go around the circle while you're watching me here so we can get on to the next row. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This stuff is a little stiff to work with. Let's see, my 1, 2. So we should have 12 if I counted right. So here's our beginning stitch. I'm going to count before I join. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see. Somehow I miscounted. See, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Somehow I got an extra stitch there. Let's see here. Yep, we put 3 in the beginning. So I'm going to correct that before I go forward here. Yeah, I put 3 in that first stitch. There's the joining. So we got 1, 1, 2. Did I join it in the right place? Let's see here. 6. Okay, we got 1. 2. There we go. 1, 2. This jute is rather stiff to work with. Two. So let's see here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now we got 12. Okay. I'm kind of a stickler that way. I won't go forward until you got the right amount. Okay, so now we're going to go into that, we're going to slip stitch in that first chain there where we got our marker. So pull up a loop, pull it through that end chain there. That's the slip stitch. You're supposed to kind of pull it tight on this basket. So now I'm going to chain 1 to start the next row. And on this next row, we're going to 2 single crochets in the first chain, 1 single crochet in the next, and we'll repeat that around. So we're going to put 1 in here, and I'm going to move that marker. And naturally, it's hard to do it when you're on camera here. Let's see here. So that's the first single crochet in that chain. So we got to put 2 in there. 2. And let's see, I'm going to move these balls over here. Moving the balls. Okay. And let's see here. I'm going to move this back a little bit. So we've got 2 in the first chain. So I'm going to go around 1 in the next, 2 in the next, 1, 2, 1, 2 in the next, 1, 2 in the next, 1, 2 in the next. That's increasing the size of our circle. 1 in the next, 2 in the next. And then we should have 1 in this last one. And then all together we should have 18 stitches. Before I join it, I'm going to count my stitches. So we've got 1 in the beginning, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18 stitches. Good. All right. Still with me, ladies or gents? Anybody that's watching now or in the future? We're going to slip stitch in the first chain here. By the way, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Stitch It Pam. For anybody that watches this channel in the future, I love to craft and crochet. You'll find me on Stacy May Catitudes channel pretty much almost every morning. She has a show that she starts at 10 a.m. Sometimes that may alter or change, but pretty much she starts at 10 a.m. if it works for her, and she goes for a few hours, and you'll probably catch me on there just about every day. So now we've got 3 rows, and on this next row here we're going to be putting I just got to check my count here. We are going to, let's see. Okay, that's row. We are in row, lost track of my pattern. 1, 2, 3. Stay with me here. On this row, we're going to be single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochets in the next. So we're going to continue to increase. So we're going to chain 1, single crochet, all right, here we go. Put that in the first stitch. Marking our stitch, that's our first one. 2 in the next. Let's see, I'm still stuck on this. Give me just a second here. Yeah, that's right. Single crochet in the next stitch, 2 in the next. So we're on this one, we're going 1 single crochet in the chain, and then the next chain 2, and we're altering like that all the way around the pattern here. So we've got 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see. Take a break and take a drink here. I'm just reading the StreamYard thing that Michelle put in here. Let's see. They have a new feature, huh? Their channel and get ours as well. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's interesting. All right. So we left off with 2. 1, 2, 1. And this would probably go a little quicker if I was working with just the cotton thread, but this jute is a little stiffer to work with. 1, 2, 1. And let's see here. We should have 18 if I didn't goof up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. Actually, we should have 24. Oh, I goofed. Okay, we got to start over. See, I goofed too. Scratch that row. We're going to start that row over. Okay. I got to correct my pattern here. So what we're going to do in this one is a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. The single crochet, and then an increase of 2. 2 single crochets in this one, and then single crochet in the next 2, and then increase a single crochet in the next 2. So I don't think I've had enough coffee this morning here. All right. So we'll start that one over. See, I'm not perfect either. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then the next 1 single crochet in the next 2. 2 single crochets in this one. And then the next 2, single 1 and 2. 2 single crochets in the same one, so we're increasing the size of the circle, and 1, 2, thank you, Michelle. If you guys get a chance to check out the Fix It Ladies channel, she does a lot of different crafts on there. Check her out. It's called, her channel is The Fix It Lady. Feel free to share your channel too if you'd like, Michelle. Stacy May as well. Or you can put each other's channel in there. 1, 2. Now we should hopefully have 24 at the end here. And 1, 2. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Oh, amen. Thank you. All right. So we're going to slip stitch in that first beginning chain and chain 1, single crochet in this stitch, the beginning stitch, and move our marker. Up. And in the next row, we're going to be 2 single crochets in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and we're going to repeat that. And hopefully at the end we should have 30 stitches in this next row, which is row number 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and so we're starting number 5. So we got 1 stitch there, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 in the next, 2 in the next, 1, 2. I see you shared your channels. That's great. Two, 3, 2 in this one. What the? Bear with me here. My phone just decided to take off on its own here. Okay. She just started playing a music all by itself. A movie. I must have had YouTube open by accident on there. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just looking back on my stitches here. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to count the stitches. There should be 30 stitches. So that's our first one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30. I usually count by 2s, but you can see each chain. So we got 30. Thank you. And we're going to slip stitch in that beginning stitch there, chain 1, single crochet in the first stitch, move your marker. Some people use a marker each row, but I'm just going to move it for sakes of reminding you to move it to mark your first stitch. So in this row, which is the last row, we're going to have 36 stitches. total. This is the 6th row I'm starting. So we're single crocheting in each of the next 4 stitches, and then we're going to increase. So we've got our first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, increase. So there's going to be 2 in this one. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, increase, 2 single crochets in this stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, increase, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just counting out loud for people that are beginners or just trying to get the pattern down. 1, 2. We're at the end of the row. This is row 6, and we should have 36 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, and 36. So we're going to slip stitch in that first stitch like that. So that's the bottom of our basket. And at this point, a person can use this as a coaster or continue on and make the rest of the basket, which I'll do in part 2. But for today, this is all I'm going to do on this live here. And like I said, I will be posting the pattern in the final, probably in part 2 here, if I don't have to do 3 parts. But anyhow, the full pattern will be posted in the next or the 3rd video in the description. So I want to thank Stacy May for being in the chat and being a moderator for me, and anybody else that's joined in the chat, the Fix-It Lady. From here, I'm going to go to Stacy May Catitude's channel, and she goes live in about 5 minutes here. So we'll move on over onto her channel if you'd like. Again, that's Stacy May Catitude, and she has her link in the channel there. So in the live chat there. So I want to thank everybody that's watching this video now or anybody in the future. And if you like this, please click like and subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you again. Thank you.